Get this party started. All right, good morning. Small little baby group this morning. So I commend each of you for being here, for being awake, for if you do nothing else in your business today, showing up here is worth it. And I hope that you guys are gaining value. I know quite a few of you have reached out to me to let me know how important this call is to your weekend, to getting your week started, just to kind of be in an energy that feels really supportive. So thank you for all of you who have reached out and given that feedback, and for those of you who continually show up every week. That's huge. So yeah, coffee in hand, I got my fizz in hand. I still feel like I'm not fully woken up, but I've been up for like 2.5 hours. Yeah, if you're right there with you, that's actually aligned with what we're going to talk about today. But I just wanted to first and foremost share my gratitude and commend you all for being here, because there's a lot of people who say they want to be here, and a lot of people who I get messages all the time like, oh, I keep missing your Saturday call. So you guys have committed to being here, and I just really, really appreciate this space, and definitely entering 2026 with an immense amount of gratitude, especially for this little baby cute group. So before we dive into today's topic, I have a couple of announcements that I just want to share with you all. And I apologize for my congestion. I'm at my parents' house, as I typically am on Saturday mornings, but I'm in my mom's office. And it's a little bit of a dusty zone. I don't think her cleaning lady comes in this room, and so my allergies always just like spike up when I come in here. But anyways, my apologies. Okay, first and foremost, who here, drop a one in the chat if you are part of the everyday challenge. If you've been part of either the first one, I think we're entering round three. So if you've done either one or both of the everyday challenges, drop a one. Amazing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I saw that Mora's like, yep, that was me. I'm driving though. Um, the everyday challenge is very simple. It is an accountability challenge where you pick one thing to do every day for the duration. So the first one we did was 90 days. And then the second one we did a little sprint in December where we did December 1st through the 30th. So one thing every single day, not like 6 days a week, not Monday through Friday, every single day. And it doesn't have to be for your business, right? It could be dialing, it could be posting on social media about the business, but it also could be drinking a gallon of water. It could be moving your body. It could be reading the Bible. We've had a lot of really empowering and inspiring things. It's the one thing, right, that you pick. So, kudos to everybody. I think everybody who actually started December finished. We had a couple people who signed up but never really got started. So I'm pretty sure everybody who started December finished December. So congratulations to everybody through what is a very stressful month and a very busy month. Congratulations. So drop a two if you started and completed December's everyday challenge. Maura's got a two up there. I know Valerie just popped on. She absolutely crushed it. And so we're going to keep it going. I think that this space, while very simple, there's not a lot going on, right? We literally are just coming into the group and saying, hey, I did my thing. But I know for a lot of us, having that layer where we need to go in there and say, I did the thing I said I was going to do has been really powerful for us. And it's shown up in other areas of our lives, right? That like ripple effect starts to happen, that when we have accountability with that thing, now all of a sudden we're feeling accountable to the other things that we're saying we're going to do every single day. So we had actually started a new round on January 1st, but then decided that we wanted to open it up, so that people who have not been able to experience this can join us. So we are going to restart January's this round three on Monday. So if you are interested in joining us for the Everyday Challenge, I will share a link with you. We used to do like a registration form. Let me see. Let me get the form for you. I'll get you in the group first, and then I'll have you fill out the registration form, and you'll have like a period of time to do that. But I'm in group me right now. So let me drop this. I see some comments coming in here. Okay, so if you are interested, I will obviously drop this in our Saturday accountability group as well. So that is the next announcement, is that if you are not in the Saturday accountability squad group me, that's another one to be part of. That is not conversation, that is not feedback, that is really just like resources. So if I mention a book or if I have a challenge to share, something like that, the Saturday accountability group me is literally just like kind of for announcements, resources, things like that. So I will post that one in here as well. So join those for those of you who are not in there, and feel free to share those with your teams and your friends. Those are available. I mean, it's obviously primarily symmetry, but we do have a few people in there that are from other walks of my life. I used to be a transformational leadership coach. So I've got a few clients who are in my spaces that are outside of the symmetry world. Um, and then the next, the next thing is that you'll want to be in those groups because I'm going to be announcing something soon. I've alluded to it before, talked about it. It's not quite ready to share, but there will be an extension of this call coming very, very soon during the week in the evenings, just as an extra layer of support. And yeah, so we can really kind of build this thing up and pour in. And 9 a.m., which is 6 a.m. for some people on Saturdays, isn't a great option. And there aren't many evening calls. So that is coming soon. So make sure you are in the Saturday Accountability Squad group me, and I will be posting in there shortly. And I'm just scrolling back. Valerie said it's been so amazing, the Everyday Challenge. She said, thank you for doing this and continuing to keep it going. Absolutely. I'm loving the space. And I love the simplicity of it, honestly. Like I've done really in-depth like coaching like groups and containers like that where there's a lot that kind of goes in and there's a lot to listen to. I love that it's just simple. Do your thing, come in here, tell us you're done. Let us cheer you on, even when it's hard, even when you don't want to. And just we all have that in common, which is feeling really, really good. So I love that you guys love it. I'm excited to keep going. I'm low key thinking about doing something for the whole year. Um, Definitely not 75 hard style, but I do love the idea of I have an idea, which I'll share more about. But if you guys are in want to do a 365 everyday challenge, let me know. That'll be maybe like the extra credit points on top where you'll just be in every group that we do throughout the year. Um, okay, it's already 8 after. I want to be respectful of your time. As always, I'll hang out for a little bit after we just talk about what we're going to talk about today. So if you guys do have questions or want feedback, anything like that, I'll hang out for a little bit. Whether you are on my team or not, that space is available to you here on Saturday Accountability. But what I want to talk to you guys about today is this new year, right? If you follow me on social media, this is not going to sound new to you, but it's something I have been talking about and thinking about and just sitting with, and just like it's feeling so expansive for me, that this is not the new year. January 1st, while it is the first day of the Gregorian calendar, it is not in any other way. It is not a time to be grinding, setting goals, hustling, starting something new, signing up for new things. Like it's just not the time right now. Um, and for me, something that I've gotten really into in recent years is cycle syncing. So also something that you guys have probably heard me talk about before. And especially for women, there's obviously cycle syncing for men as well, but men's hormones cycle on a 24-hour period, where ours are typically on a 24 to 32, I think is average day cycle. Um, but kind of 28 days, our cycles oftentimes align with the moon and nature. And there are a lot of things that you can be doing differently at the four different points in your phases of your cycle to support your energy, to support your mental health, to support your physical activity, to support your business, to support your abundance. All of that is kind of in the cycle seeking space. And then last year for my birthday in August, I got a really cool book called Regenerative Business. And this is a book about syncing and running your business in accordance with the natural laws of nature. And that really, like that, I'm about to read it again because there were so many moments in that book where I'm like, oh, this just makes so much sense, right? We have so many examples of running our business in this really consistent and really masculine way. But like if we actually see how systems like businesses run in nature, they run so differently than how we see people telling us that we need to be running our businesses. So, if you are feeling like ready to go, like you've got a New Year's resolution, drop a 3 in the chat. If you have a New Year's resolution, it is signed, sealed, delivered. No matter what, you are committed. You are very clear on what your New Year resolution is. Drop a 3. The more people I talk to, nobody's doing it. Like, and that's probably also because I'm up leveling. I'm up leveling the my association and the people that I'm surrounding myself with. Um but right now, truly, the if we look at a lot of people are talking to the year of the horse. I had this conversation with Christina the other day. She's talking about the year of the horse and how that's all about like momentum and speed. And that is fantastic. But that does not begin until February 17th. We are still very much so in the year of the snake. We are still very much so in that shedding. And one thing I'm reading is like, the horse is not going to gallop. The horse is not going to take up. Like that, the horse doesn't take off until the snake is done shedding. So if you are trying to step into a season of momentum and speed, and you don't take the proper rest, and you don't let go of what needs to let go of, like that horse isn't going anywhere, y'all. So this is like the not New Year call because I want to invite anybody. If you are in that New Year resolution and you are in like, hey, this is, today is day 3 of my 365-day run and I'm going for it and I'm all in. If you are in that energy, amazing. Do let me stop you. You can sign off. You can mute me out. I will not care. This is for everybody who is feeling like my soul needs to rest and recover before I even start to think about what I want this year to be for me. So if you are I did not see a single 3, but if you resonate with that, drop a 4 in the chat. If you're like, you know what, I need some time. I need some quiet. I need some space. I need some recovery. I need some rest. Because this is what happens. And I've heard this from multiple people in the past few days. I feel behind. I don't have my goals. I don't have my intention set. It is January 2nd, it's January 3rd, and I feel behind. You're right on time, mama. Like if you are in that space of rest and recovery and you are entering this season slowly, this year slowly, you are right on time. And I just want to invite you. Now, you also know, yeah, recovering from 2025 is a real, it's a very real thing. Um, You guys know that I love to take these like heady conversations and like break them down into like, okay, cool. So this isn't the season to set goals and set intentions and to start running for our next whatever. Um, but I also like the idea of like, okay, what can we be doing? What ways of being can we embody? So that we can make the most out of this season because we don't get to just sleep for the next month and a half. I don't know about you guys. I still have to make money. I'm in month 2 of team leader and 95%. I can't really slow down in my business. That would be silly, right? Like, don't miss the month 2. Um, and so I think that, there's this space and I call it an ampersand. Some people call it duality. Christina calls it the both and, right? Where like we get to kind of be in both spaces. And for me, there's so much about like we can be productive and we can get things done and we can move the needle while also energetically taking it easy and trusting and knowing that it's going to happen and continuing to take the action and to be in that consistency and allowing things to continue to move, even though we're not forcing or pushing or grinding or losing sleep or whatnot. So what I want to invite you guys in, if this is feeling a little bit more like, okay, no, mid-February actually feels really, really good in terms of like the time that we can like hit the ground running. So you have, over a month, you have about 6 weeks, to really sink into what does that new year get to look like and where do you need to rest? And what I would really recommend for you guys to do, keep doing what you've been doing. And if you've been off track, right, with business, with your consistency, with your to-dos, take this time to like get back into the groove of things, get back to your consistency, get back to touching your business every day or dialing 5 days a week or whatever like you need to do to run your business and bake in that time. So when you have your planner, when you're planning out your week, your month, plan in your rest time. Today is also a full moon, which I wanted to have there was like a whole, there's like so much. Like this call could turn into an hour-long call, and I don't want to do that. But during the full moon, that is the end of a cycle. So we're at the beginning of a new year, but we're also at the end of a cycle. It's the first full moon of the year. Um, and full moons are about endings and letting go. So even more like emphasis on the like before we can get started, let's pause, let's rest, let's let go. Let's decide what is not coming with us. New moons are about setting intentions and getting started. And the cycles that we're looking actually not just at a 28-day cycle every full moon from the last, like the last full moon to this one, it's a 28-day cycle. But we're also looking at the last 6 months. So 6 months ago, the new moon was in the corresponding sign as today's full moon. So we're looking at the past 6 months. So today, right, again, if this feels resonant, I know this isn't for everybody, but this is the kind of juicy juice you get when you come into my space, is to reflect on the last 28 days, but also reflect on the last 6 months. Where were you 6 months ago? What were your intentions 6 months ago? What were your goals? What were you starting? What were you thinking about? What were you wanting? And reflecting on that and reassessing of where are we and what do we need to let go of so that we can really move forward. So if it feels right, right, honor the full moon today. Bake in some rest and relaxation time. Literally protect that like income producing hours. Even if it's 30 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, a meditation before you get out of bed, a nighttime routine, like start to think about where can you create space to be quiet and still and listen so that the things that are coming for you once that horse wakes up and starts moving, that you have the clarity and the vision to claim it. Because I'm sure many of you, like me, are feeling like coming out of holidays. So my dad's birthday's on Christmas Eve, and then we have Christmas Day, and then we actually do we do kid Christmas on Christmas Day, but then we do adult family Christmas on New Year's Day because some family comes into town that's not in during Christmas. And then on my sister's birthday's on Monday. So today we have a full day Winter Wonderland birthday party an hour and a half away for my sister's birthday. So like it has been nonstop. I've had family around. It's been go, go, go. I haven't had any time. I haven't had any space for me unless I want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but I also want to rest. So, like, if you're like me, you're probably like, yeah, where do I create this? We have to be really, really intentional. If we're not intentional about where this space and where this work fits in, it's not going to happen. And oftentimes it's going to be the thing that like gets pushed to the side or gets put on the back burner when something comes up. So, my invitation to you is to schedule that stillness and to honor it like an income producing activity because it is. If we don't slow down, if we don't take care of ourselves, if we don't properly rest, we cannot be at our best during our income producing hours or during our learning hours or during our community hours. And it's the hack, right? And know this, I'm a workaholic, I'm a Virgo, I'm a manifester. It's hard. It's hard. This is not me saying do it because it's easy. I'm saying doing it because it's hard. Do it because it's hard, right? Um, So good juice, juju. Yep, 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 yep. Um, that is what I have. I just hope that this meets you. At least if one of you is like, yes, I needed to hear that today, then my job here is done. Um, I'm reading what Valerie wrote. She sets her phone down. So all apps except for messaging and phone calls get locked down from 7 p.m. to 8 a.m. Ooh, I love that. Yeah, lots of scrolling. I gave up scrolling a couple years ago to change my life. Everybody's like, "Oh, do you see the thing?" And I'm like, "No." But you're on social media all the time. Yes, I post on social media, but I do not look at social media. I do not scroll. Um, all right. Well, I'm gonna end the recording, but like I said, I will hang out for a few more minutes in case anybody has any questions for me. And let's just be. Like, be where you need to be today. If that's dialing, if that's with your family, if that's strategizing, if that's meditating, like be where you need to be. Full invitation. You guys know that you get a different vibe here than some of the other calls that you get, which some other calls might say, like, go get to dialing and do your 1,000 dials and book the 27 appointments and, sell the 14 policies. But if today needs to be a day of rest for you, I invite you into that. Um, and I do that unapologetically. I love you all so much. Happy Saturday. I will stop the recording. And if you guys want to hang out, have any questions, I'll be here for a few more minutes.